You can't become the woman of your dreams if you don't know who she is. If you feel like you're walking through life on autopilot, just hoping that things would change, I would like to welcome you to week 2 of the Reset and Reinvent Yourself Challenge. Oh sis, I hope you're ready for this episode. If you are, get your pen, get your Post-it, get your ambition planner, and let's go. Hello, Ambition Babes. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion, also known as the Face of Ambition, across all social media platforms, as well as wherever you stream your podcast. My mission is to help women 40 years and older become extremely rich. I want to see women become rich in time, experience, success, confidence, relationships, and in the way that they communicate. So if you are on a reinvention journey, no matter your age, I am so glad that you found this channel, honey, because today is the start of week 2 of the Reset and Reinvent Yourself Challenge. And if you are ready to level up physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, it's time to go ahead and take out something to write with so that we can get started. Hopefully the thing that you're pulling out to write on is your goals and gratitude journal or your ambition planner. And if you have not purchased either one, honey, what are you waiting for? I have personally curated both of these products to be able to help you to reach your ambitious goals. The Goals and Gratitude Journal is just that, combining a space where you can write out your wildest dreams as well as practice the art of gratitude. Inside, you'll be able to track your habits, reflect on your morning and evenings, perfect your routines, and check in weekly, monthly, and quarterly to ensure that you're staying on the right path. While inside the Ambition Planner, you're going to have absolutely everything you need to exceed your greatest expectations over the next 90 days. So if you are ready to do the work and are looking for an accountability partner while you're on your ambitious journey, please make sure that you click the link in my description or check out the comment section to order your Goals and Gratitude Journal or your Ambition Planner today. But before we get started, I want to thank the amazing sponsor of this episode, Cozy Island. At 5'3", I love wearing heels, but gone are the day of my 5-inch heel days. That's why I'm so glad that my friends at Cozy Island sent me these comfortable yet stylish 3-inch heels. Let's be honest, how many times have you bought a gorgeous pair of heels only to regret it within the hour? The pinching, the aching, the why did I do this to myself moments. Girl, I know the struggle. That's why I really like Cozy Island heels. They designed with real women in mind. No more choosing between fashion and comfort. Can your heels do this? Probably not. Cozy Island heels give you the support where you need it most, reducing fit fatigue, increasing grip and stability without sacrificing style. Listen, if you're settling for heels that are leaving you counting down to the minutes that you can take them off, then it's time to upgrade. Step into comfort and style with Cozy Island. Click the link in my description and take 10% off your order and grab your pair today. Your feet will thank you. Thank you again, Cozy Island, for being the amazing sponsor of this episode and a fantastic supporter of our community. So before we get started, if you have not watched week 1 or the overview of the Reset and Reinvent Yourself Challenge, I want to encourage you to make sure that you click the link wherever it shows up on the screen to catch up on those previous weeks. Although you can start this 12-week journey at any point, I have curated these 12 weeks so at the end of this challenge, you have reached your goals, become the woman of your dreams, challenged your negative beliefs, and have the proven blueprint to rinse this method off and do it all over again. So if you are missing any of the weeks in this series, please make sure that you go back and watch them first. And today we are going to define the woman that you are becoming. I have broken this episode into 3 parts. The first part of this episode, I'm going to help you to define the next level vision for yourself, which is going to include your mindset, habits, and lifestyle. The second part of this video, I'm going to give you the mindset shifts that I had to make in order to completely reinvent myself and define the woman that I wanted to become. And the last part of this video, I'm going to break down the daily habits and practices that you are going to need to embody to make the lasting change that you desire. Because honey, I'm sure you've tried this before and it didn't stick. That is why the last part of this video is the most important. So let's talk about how to define the next level vision for yourself. Most people struggle to make the change that they desire because they don't actually have a vision of what that looks like. They've seen some people on Instagram that they're like, oh, I could have her body, or I would really love to have her life. But you don't know your vision. You don't have a clear idea of who you want to be and how you want to show up. You've allowed yourself to look at everybody else's dreams, goals, and ambitions and try to adopt them as your own. But the problem with that is that it's not yours. It's not authentic. It's not true to the essence of who God has intended for you to be. So you stay stuck doing the same old thing, the same old way, and repeating the same old habits that have never served you. And it feels so safe because it aligns with your current identity. One day I was flipping through some old journals and I was reading the entries inside, and it was so alarming because month after month, I was seeing that I was not actually changing. I was writing out the same prayers. The goals I had the last 90 days were the same goals that I had in the entry that I just written. And it was almost a year later. I had started to see a pattern in my behavior and mindset. I was starting to realize that I actually wasn't making any changes. I was just talking about it. I just desired to change, but there was no action plan to implement the change that I wanted to experience. I kept saying that I wanted to be more confident, but I wasn't identifying what confidence meant to me, the areas that I lacked confidence, and an action plan in order to show up and feel more confident in the spaces where I felt lacking. I said that I wanted to be successful, but I didn't have a vision of what success meant to me. I also was not implementing daily habits that would cause me to be successful. When my alarm went off at 6 a.m., I stayed in the bed until 7 scrolling on Instagram. When I knew I should have been praying and meditating and even moving my body, I decided to skip it, claim I was going to do it later, and get straight to work instead, all in the name of wanting to be successful. When I started reviewing those journal entries and started drawing a line between my patterns and behaviors, I realized that girl that said, what you don't change, you choose, was telling the truth. So that is why I started visualizing my highest self. After I prayed and I meditated every morning, I started to envision the woman that I wanted to become. My eyes were already closed. I was already in a meditative state. And so I decided to stay in that state and close my eyes and visualize the woman of my dreams. What did she look like? What was success to her? Did she see herself as successful? How did people experience her? How did she carry herself? Where did she live? What did her daily routines look like? Was she a coffee drinker? Did she drink all of her ounces of water every day? How often did she write in her journal? What type of boundaries did she set around her day to make sure that she stuck to her routine and only allowed individuals to access the excess of what she had to offer? Who did she spend her time with? What type of conversations did she have? When I stop and visualize the woman of my dreams, I can see her. I can see the exact vision that God has blessed me to be able to imagine. But as soon as I opened my eyes, I was losing the vision. So that is why I want to give you a little homework this week. I want you to open up your goals and gratitude journal and use these following vision prompts to help define your future self. What does my dream life look like on an average day? How does my future self handle challenges and stress? What habits, routines, and mindset shifts would she prioritize? What behaviors does she no longer tolerate? And lastly, I want you to write down your ideal self. If you've watched my episode on journaling, I want you to do long form journaling whenever it comes to this journal prompt. I want you to take all the time you need, and I want you to write out every single thing that you imagined your future self to be like. I want you to think about what she wears, what her routines are, what her spiritual connection is. I want you to think about her future relationships, her interaction with her children and family, how she communicates with others. I want you to get deep, girl. I want you to go into her job and her job title and how she sits at her desk and what it looks like. I want you to allow yourself to pour into your future self. I want you to write about this woman as if you already know this woman because you've known her all along. She lives inside of you. She is you. She's just the elevated version of the woman that you desire to become. The woman that you desire to become does not have a cluttered home. And although you may be a little on the messy side today, when you start writing in your higher self, you start looking around your space and start straightening up a little bit. When you start visualizing the woman that you are becoming, when you reach inside your closet, instead of getting those oversized baggy sweatpants, you pull out some cute leggings and a crop top tee. Our words have power. Our vision can be absolutely clear if we create it. It's such a simple prayer. God, I'm tired of the way that things have always been, and I'm ready to change. I'm giving my vision to you, and I'm asking that you help me to show up for myself every single day. Now that you've done your journal prompts and you've written out your ideal day for your future self, I want you to create yourself a mission statement. This mission statement should live where you can read it every single day, right next to your affirmations, inside of your ambition planner, or maybe even as a screensaver on your computer. Creating a vision statement for the woman that you are becoming and placing it in a space where you can see it every day just reinforces those positive words and helps you to start believing that you are becoming the woman that you wrote on that paper. But what I can promise you, if you write out that vision statement and put it in a space where you never see it again, it just makes it that much harder to remember the woman that God has gifted you the vision to see. I want to share with you guys my personal vision statement. My personal vision statement says, I am a confident, disciplined, and successful woman who prioritizes self-care, growth, and abundance. I wake up early, move my body daily, and nourish myself mentally, physically, and spiritually. I make bold decisions, trust myself, and walk in my purpose with grace and faith. Every day that I read that vision statement, I believe that I can be that woman that day. I may have some setbacks. Somebody might really work my nerves, and I even may lose my patience. And there's honestly nothing wrong with that. But I stay hyper-focused on the woman that I want to become. The woman that I want to become doesn't allow the pettiness to bother her more than a few moments. The woman that I want to become has healthy boundaries and is emotionally aware enough to see when things are escalating to remove herself from certain situations. Write the vision and make it plain, sis. Okay, I'm ready to share the number one mindset shift that has helped me the absolute most on my reinvention journey. It is super simple, but it has shifted absolutely everything in my life. And that is that good things don't have to take a long time. I honestly believed at one point in my life that I should work on a goal for 365 days as opposed to just 90. It was so deep rooted in me that good things took a long time to achieve that it's taken me decades to lose over 80 pounds. But what I had to realize is that when you have something good that you're supposed to do, but the enemy is distracting you from doing it, it can honestly take you forever. When God has placed a vision and ambition inside of your heart to do something, the enemy would want nothing more than to keep you distracted, depressed, overwhelmed, stressed, and anxious in order to not fulfill that good work that he started inside of you. Because what I know is that the moment that we're not able to achieve the thing that we set out to do, we don't ever tend to blame the devil for the things that we don't have. We blame God. We look at him like, I thought you told me that I was supposed to have this business, or that it was going to be successful, or that I was going to get out of debt. I thought you told me I was going to have a child this year, or this was going to be the partner I was going to live with for the rest of my life. We start hitting God with the I thought you said statements. I thought you said your seed wouldn't be begging bread. I thought you said I'd be the head and not the tail. But what we fail to realize is that we got distracted on our journey. We started taking the long way on the journey as opposed to the simple steps that God plotted out for us. I don't know a single person that doesn't like instant gratification. And I want to be absolutely clear. When I say that good things don't take time, I don't mean that they don't take zero time, but I do mean that they don't have to take a long time. The definition of a long time means something different to everyone. But what I have been able to prove in my own life and what science has shown us is that if you have a goal and break that goal down into 12 weeks and work on that goal every single week, the likelihood of you being able to complete that goal increases exponentially. But just like everything else, success is a decision. We have to decide that we would like to be successful. We have to decide that today is the absolute best day to start. So many women want to lose weight, make more money, or even start a new business. And they're waiting for the absolute perfect time to start. And because there is no such thing as the perfect date and time to get started, the good thing that they desire takes longer than it should. I want you to take a moment and think of the good thing that you're supposed to do. Is it a business? Is it starting a YouTube channel? Is it speaking to a parent, a spouse, or a sibling that you haven't spoken to in years? It doesn't have to take a long time, but it does have to take a decision that you're ready to change. And the last phase of becoming the woman of your dreams is to identify the daily habits of your future self. Your future self wants to lose 15 pounds in 3 months, and it's been a dream of yours for way too long. So it's time to identify the habits that it's going to take in order to reach that goal. Your daily habits are shaping your future self. So I'm going to break down the daily habits that I've identified in my reinvention formula. Honey, you're going to want to jot these down, but I promise you it's very simple. You're going to have to identify a daily morning routine. I read the most amazing book about successful entrepreneurs, and the number one thing that each and every one of them had in common is that they had an amazing amazing and effective morning routine. Once you have identified your goals, you have got to attach habits to each of those goals. So if your goal is losing 15 pounds over the next 3 months, your morning routine is going to have to reflect that habit. You're going to have to eat a good breakfast. You're going to have to plan out your lunches. You're definitely going to have to move your body at some point in the day. And you're going to have a positive mindset in order to believe that you can actually do it. Imagine every day if your goal was to be able to lose 15 pounds in 3 months, but your morning actions were telling yourself that you're fat, that you're ugly, that you're never going to be able to do it. How successful do you think you're really going to be, honey? Yeah, you'll probably be able to still reach that goal, but the process doesn't have to take as long as it would take if you spoke to yourself that negatively every single day. Habit number 2 is that you're going to have to identify how you're going to stay spiritually connected. I always say that prayer is an opportunity for you to speak to God, but meditating is an opportunity for you to listen. Oh yeah, we've perfected talking to God. We can tell him all about our problems. But how often do you create the space to be able to listen to what God has to say? Maybe that is closing your eyes and simply allowing yourself to meditate, or it may happen while you take yourself on a 20-minute meditation walk. But identifying how you're going to stay spiritually connected is an amazing habit to create while you're on your reinvention journey. Reading your Bible, doing your devotional, listening to spiritual or gospel music are amazing habits to be able to form now that are going to help you to stay grounded and are going to support your future self. The third habit that you're going to have to create is a mindset check. How are you going to affirm yourself every day? What type of words do you say to yourself before you start a hard project? Before you walk into that door in your office, before you speak to your husband, your spouse, or your children. When you start saying, I am already becoming my highest self, you start moving differently. You start speaking differently. Individuals start seeing the shift and change in how they experience you. You decided that you were checking your mindset first thing in the morning, and you've allowed that to become a habit. So instead of walking into your office pissed off that you got to be there, you walk in with an air of gratitude, thanking God that you actually have employment, but also knowing that you ain't going to be here forever, that you're doing what you have to do today so that you can have what you want tomorrow. When you keep your mindset in check, you keep your positive vibes elevated. The fourth habit that you're going to have to create is an environmental shift. You're going to have to declutter. You're going to have to straighten up. You're going to have to detox your social media. You're going to have to detox your body. You're going to have to start pouring into yourself what you want to be able to share with the world. You're going to need to learn something new. You're going to have to start watching your mouth and the individuals that you hang out with. You can decide to shift your environment. When you walk into a space and your mouth is propped up and your body's tight and tense, everybody around you can feel it. Everybody knows, ooh, girl, stay out of her way today. But you can decide to change your posture. And by simply changing your posture and mindset, you can control the environment around you. Whenever you walk into the house and you're excited to see your family, you walk into a clean environment, you greet your dog or your pet, you breathe in the Fresh Glade plugin that you just installed, you feel different. You feel good. You're grateful for what you have. These kids about to get on my nerves. What are we going to have for dinner? Why didn't they clean up? I thought I asked them to change that light bulb. You instantly shift the atmosphere. Positivity is a choice. And it's something that you can make a habit. The fifth daily habit that you're going to have to implement while you're on this journey is you're going to need to identify what boosts your confidence. Is it the way that you dress? Is it making sure that you journal every single morning? Is it listening to good music, doing your affirmations? Is it lighting a candle? Is it watching something funny or light before you transition to doing something difficult at work? Is it surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals? I want to challenge you to identify what it is that boosts your confidence. We've got to be intentional about tapping into those feel-good vibes. Making confidence a habit is completely possible and is possibly the number one thing that will serve you while you're on your reinvention journey. And lastly, you're going to need to identify the habits that align with each and every one of your goals. This is where you're going to get really specific. If your goal is to make it to your Pilates class at 5 a.m. every morning so that you can have your dream body, your habit is going to have to be to go to bed at night so that you can wake up when the alarm goes off. I know you have goals, girl, but what I can promise you is that it's going to take you so much longer to achieve them if you do not align them with your habits. Now, in the first week, we wrote out every single one of the goals that we had. And I want to encourage you to use the habit tracker inside your ambition planner or your goals and gratitude journal in order to identify the habits that are going to help you to reach those goals in 90 days. If you do not currently own either one of those products, do not worry, sis. The link in my description will take you directly to a free habit tracker that you can download instantly. I'm just that serious and invested in your success. I want you to be able to reach your most ambitious goals. And I know how hard it's going to be if you are not tracking your habits. habits. Oh, honey, you can say that you're going to make it a habit, but how many days did you actually do it out of the month? You don't know because it's not written down. Writing it down and ticking each and every single space starts to gamify your success. Watching yourself moving across every single one of those tiles and seeing the days that maybe you fell a little short helps you to stay focused and align with your dreams. Oh, honey, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Your future self is being created by the decisions that you make today. Define your highest self by getting extremely clear on your vision, your mindset, your daily habits, and creating your vision statement. In the comment section below, I would love for you to describe the woman that you're becoming in one sentence. Is she bold? Is she ambitious? Is she confident? I and this community cannot wait to support you in becoming the woman of your dreams. So please make sure that you leave a comment identifying the woman that you are becoming. Sis, I love you, and I pray that you are well, and that you're doing something every single day to reach your most ambitious goals.